open up with a statement from head coach Tim DeRuiter.
Just really can't say enough about how proud I am of these guys, their resilience. Getting knocked down last week was a tough blow for our guys, and nobody hung their head. We had a great week of practice, and really beat a very resilient Utah State team. I was just in the hallway talking with Matt, who's a good friend of mine. Give that team credit. They had injuries all year. They lost their best player and still was able to win their division. And we had our opportunities to put this game away, and we couldn't. And it's a credit to them. Their defense forced a lot of turnovers. But at the end of the day, these resilient guys here got it done. And I love them. Can't say enough about them. And just glad we have one more with this group. So with that, we'll take whatever questions y'all have.
Start over here to the right.
Derek Otto from NCAAnow.com. The senior, somewhat of a coming out party for you. Describe the emotions with the Mountain West Conference title.
Oh yeah, definitely. This was we said it up there. It's a big reason why I came back. I wanted to win an outright championship. Sharing a title was great. That was cool. With Boise and San Diego State. But as a competitor, that wasn't enough. We wanted to come back and finish this thing right. And just praise God, man, because we were able to do it against one of the. That's the toughest defense I've ever faced. They're great in their secondary. Their front seven is ridiculous and physical. And the way the defense bailed me out a couple times, I got to give them credit. But it was definitely a great feeling.
Duran, Josh Schuba, Associated Press. You guys, obviously, defense were pretty down last week. What was the key to being able to bounce back, and how did this performance get today?
I've said it all week long. The performance that we put on last week against San Jose State, that's not the defense that we are. That one performance doesn't define who we are as a defense. So we knew the mistakes that we made, and we knew that they were correctable. So we just had to go and practice and kind of fine-tune all the little things, the technique, believe in the scheme that the coaches brought to us, and just go out there and play the way we know how to play. And, that's the way we know how to play, getting sacks, getting physical, getting turnovers. So that's really what leads us to have a good day on defense.
Over here to the right.
This is for Coach DeRuiter, Tommy Tran, ABC here in Fresno. Coach, this is the same trio that made it to media days, and you've got your two leaders in both offense and defense from the end of July to what you can say now. How has that been with what the season you've had so far?
We've got tremendous leadership, and it starts with these two guys next to me. They've bought in from day one, and they trust our coaches. They trust the training all year long, and they bought into loving each other and playing for each other. That's why you win championships. There's a lot of talented teams out there that don't win because they don't have that glue. We've got it, and these guys have been there all season long, as you mentioned this summer. They were elected captains by their teammates, and they've led us to an outright championship in the inaugural Mountain West Championship game. So I love them, can't say enough about them.
Down here in the far left.
Derek, can you just describe what that scene was like on the field after the game, with all the fans out there and and all that?
Yeah, that's why I do it. First and foremost, I play for my God, and He's blessed me with talents to play this game, and so I give it all to Him. And secondly, for my family and my teammates. But third is for this community and how great they are to my family. I could say so much about them, on the field, but when I was going through what we went through as a family with my son, just the letters we received in the mail. The support that we had, in public, and that's why I love winning, is because not to get our name out there or anything like that. I love to see the joy on my teammate and my coach face. I love to see the joy in a city's face, and that's what makes my heart joyful. Not the selfish ambitions. It's seeing that community, and that stadium fired up that we won a championship for them.
Coach, Mark Holstein with KMJ. I know it's kind of soon, but you're thinking about Vegas, obviously, and who you might play?
Yeah, we're really excited to be invited to the Las Vegas Bowl. We're going to be playing a Pac-12 team. I believe it's going to be in the afternoon on ABC. So another great venue, especially for the senior class to go out. I'm not sure who will play, but I'm sure it'll be an outstanding opponent. The Pac-12 is really, really deep this year. So we're going to get a terrific opponent, and it's going to be here before we blink. It's 2 weeks, so it'll be like a bye week this week, and then right into game prep. And unfortunately, these guys are going through finals, so their plates will be full. We have to finish out academically strong. What are you laughing at? Okay. Just want to make sure we understand we got to finish strong.
Yes, sir.
And then get ready to play a bowl game and play much better than we did a year ago.
BJ with Fresno be here, Coach.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry. You said from day one how kind of reprioritizing the goals here, how conference championships were the most important. How much did kind of setting that tone from the get-go help these guys focus after last week?
Well, I think clearly it was a big thing. If your only goal is to go to the BCS, why show up and play? But as a competitor, you always want to go play. That's why I love the mantra about going 1-0. Doesn't matter if we won last week or we lost it last week. We're going 1-0 this week, and this week's 1-0 was for the Mountain West Conference Championship, and it was something that from day one we said that was going to be our number one goal. And these guys have fought all year long. I mean, busting their tails, put up with Bose killing them, and they lean on each other enough. I mean, we're not a perfect team. I mean, one week it's the offense, one week it's the defense, one week it's special teams. But these guys lean on each other, love each other, and find ways to win. And I love them.
BJ, if you can hand that back to Matt right behind you.
Zach Ewing from the Bakersfield, California. Derek, when you made that final kneel down last time at Bulldog Stadium, you could have gone a lot of places to go to school. You chose to come here because you loved it here. What is your legacy at Fresno State, you think?
No. Well, first of all, shout out to Bakersfield. I don't know. That's not for me to talk about. You guys know. I'm not going to self-praise myself because I don't believe in that. I'll let other people talk about legacies and stuff like that. The most important thing that I hope my teammates, take from when we look back at this is, first and foremost, I was a faithful person, and second, that I was someone who loved them more than anything. And I think that off the field, that would mean more to me than any legacy that I could leave, on the field, winning games and stuff like that.
I'll speak for him. He's the greatest quarterback in Fresno State history, and he led us to 2 straight conference championships. So you can put that one in.
Heisman?
I don't see why he shouldn't be in the Heisman discussion. I mean, you look at his numbers; they're up there with everybody. The person he is, he's exactly what that trophy represents, and so does this guy.
Derek, Josh Webb here, FS Bulldogs. The likeliest opponent for you guys is going to be USC. Is there any sort of special sentiment that you will get to finish out the season against a quarterback like Cody Kessler, who is a lot like you with his place and faith and community and family? I mean, in both you guys being from Bakersfield, is that at all exciting?
Oh yeah, me and Cody are good friends, so, he was already talking to my dad last night. He was at the Bakersfield High, Valley Championship. He was talking to my dad, he's like, man, we might get to play, Fresno State and get to play Derek and play each other. So we've already been talking about it, of course we needed to finish business today, so I wouldn't get much in the discussion. But now I'll be trash talking him, but telling him his defense to lighten up a little bit, but it'll be fun. I hope we do play them. That'd be great. What a great challenge for us, and to play against Cody, that'd be special to me because he has to throw against Duran, and I don't like doing that.
Coach Rutami here again. You've never faced defeat here at Bulldog Stadium as a head coach, and when you came here 2 seasons ago, when you got here 2 seasons ago, you were always asked, what would it be like to have a sellout? You've got 3 this year. You were close to a couple more, and for all intents and purposes, still pretty packed out here for a championship game. How would you describe how you've been able to build a buzz around the Valley and for Fresno State football?
We've got guys like this that play with heart. I think they are compelling when you watch our guys play. It's fun. I see people that love watching these guys, and I'm proud to be leading these guys. One of the sub goals we have is to protect our house and to win every game, and our guys have checked that one off. And We got a great crowd tonight. You know, when you consider the weather, we only had a week to sell tickets. You know, I want to thank our administration for going overtime to get all those tickets sold and put on a terrific event with the Mountain West. But the Red Wave, early on especially, I mean, they were causing penalties, you know, and communication problems. That's why you want to have, you know, a championship game at home. And I don't think anybody in this league, I know nobody in this league has fans like the Red Wave that can do that kind of thing. So a little shout out to the Red Wave, thank you.
We have time for 2 more questions. We'll take one over here first.
Coach Ralph Woodkamp, PHTV and 940 ESPN Radio. Derek has talked about what this community means to him. I'm wondering if you think about what this football team means to this community and what it has done for this community, mostly this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, as I go out throughout town, I see that joy on people's faces that thank me, and I'm humbled by it, for the way these guys play. And I've had countless people come up to me, and I relay that to our players, of the way that these guys play makes our entire community feel good about it. You know, I had a father of a Marine sergeant that I relayed to our players, that he asked me to carry his son's Navy Cross. And I mean, it was so moving to me. His son was awarded a Navy Cross for heroism and valor beyond anything I'd ever read before. And he ended up dying in battle later to go and, you know, go back. He survived that, went back because he couldn't stand not being with his brothers. And he wrote a letter to me expressing that our team renews his faith in love, and the love that he sees our players play with gives him a renewed faith of that spirit of togetherness and family that in battle is forged. And you hate to compare it because there's lives at stake, but our guys play with that same love. And for him to recognize it as a fan was just special. And I've got his Navy Cross. It's a little Gatorade stain, and I apologize for that. But he wanted us to remember his son and just that love, that when things got tough, you know, to remember him. And I've got it here for him, you know, Sergeant Matthew Abadi. And I think he was with us today.
All right, Coach, Christopher Livingston with the Fresno State Collegian. Now that once all the confetti is swept up and once all the celebration is over, this question for all 3 of you. What will you guys do in the next practices to prepare for the bowl game? You guys still have work to do. So how will you guys stay focused in your next practices for that game?
Well, we got recruiting to do. These guys have school to do. These guys are going to have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off from football. We'll have them lifting. They'll be with Jose, sorry. And we'll get them the schedule tomorrow. But the rest of our staff will be on the road recruiting. Oh, actually, somebody's going to be gone.
Oh, yeah.
Derek's going to be honored in New York by the National Football Foundation, the Hall of Fame, as one of the 16 student athletes, or scholar athletes. So, and I'll be with him. But the rest of our staff will be out recruiting, and then we'll get back together on Thursday. We'll have a coordinator's practice, and then Friday, Saturday, we'll practice. We'll be into finals, and we'll have a Monday, Tuesday practice here. I think we'll leave Tuesday night to go to Las Vegas, so it's going to be here before we play.
Ron, how about you? We'll get you in here as well.
Sorry.
He has a question about what you'll be doing next week.
Going about our business like usual. Nothing really changes. We just got to keep working on the little things. Everything needs to be fine-tuned. Watch this film and just keep getting better from it like we have every week. Just go about the business. Go 1-0 in the next bowl game.
Sounds good. With that, we will conclude the press conference.